There you go, live on YouTube.
I am. You said what, Joe?
I see the thing saying live on YouTube.
Yep. Oh yeah, there we go. We're live, man. All right. I am. You said what, Joe?
I see the thing saying live on YouTube.
So what I got? Yeah, here we go.
A little bit of a delay there.
Oh yeah, there we go. We're live.
Got that 10-second delay in case you need to
swear.
No, so what happened was I had two windows up. But yeah, all right, man, let's kick this off. Yeah, that's cool. Somebody's watching. Thank you. Probably my wife. Love you, Faith. All right.
Hi, Faith.
probably Rose and Demeter probably watched you. Anyway, man, yes, welcome to fourth quarter, man. We're gonna start doing this more, going live. It's pretty awesome. But right now we're about to do a mock Pro Bowl, courtesy of Joe, man. So I can't really wait. It's just gonna be really interesting and fun. Easy work for me, no editing. So but yeah, man. All right, so actually, do you want to start off with the AFC or NFC?
AFC?
Want to do AFC? We'll start with Joe and then go around, right? It'll be Joe, me, Mo, Craig, and Corey. We'll do it that way, right? Yeah, make it simple. And also, like, if everybody picks, Tom Brady, then yes, we just move on. We're not gonna talk about that. All right, Joe. AFC quarterback. Who you got?
Justin Herbert.
Yep, I agree with that. Me, I have Patrick Mahomes. That's another quarterback. Nobody, Craig, you disagree? Who would you want in there? You got three, you got two others.
I don't have Patrick Mahomes.
Who do you
I don't
have?
have Mahomes on my list either.
Who do you have?
I got Carson Wentz.
Corey, Corey, is Carson Wentz on your list?
He is not.
No, I know it's gonna sound weird. I was thinking Burrow, but
Burrow is one of my alternates.
I had Derek Carr.
yes, I agree with that one.
And I had Lamar Jackson.
I definitely don't have that one.
And Josh Allen.
I had Josh Allen.
I feel like you definitely got to put Carr in there. I mean, top 5 in passing yards and touchdowns.
Carr only has 17 touchdowns. He's like middle of the pack.
Oh, my bad. Oh, he's top 5 in yards. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like we had everybody had Herbert, and then there was what?
James go.
Lost James.
Couldn't take it no more.
he said
Didn't last long at all.
He was mad because nobody said Patrick Mahomes. Like that.
No, he said his computer. He sent a message saying his computer went out. He said he'd be back in 1 second.
All right. Well, we're still live on YouTube, so.
Oh, well, I guess we'll keep talking. All right, so it sounded like everybody was cool with Herbert, and then we had to fit two more slots with a mix of Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Carson Wentz. Does anybody feel really strongly about one of those and want to make a case for their guy?
I feel like with Lamar, the stats, passing stats aren't necessarily eye-popping or anything. He doesn't lead in any statistical category, but you look at the Ravens' success this year, and their entire offense is predicated on Lamar Jackson being Superman, and it's largely worked so far this season. And so I feel like you just kind of have to reward that. I don't know that right now, if any other quarterback in the league has as much responsibility for the success of their offense as Lamar Jackson does.
Yeah, that running game kind of died when they lost all their running backs preseason.
Yeah.
Their wide receivers aren't one of the tops in the league, so it's all Lamar. Lamar was one of the ones I had alternate He was probably going to be the easiest one to talk me into. Does anybody want to make a case why they think not Lamar?
I mean, I see Corey's point. It's tough to kind of judge Lamar because you see the passing numbers not up there with the other ones, but if you look at the total impact of the player, you can't really keep him out of it. If you look from that standpoint, if you look at it strictly from a stat standpoint, then yes, you can keep him out. But if you look at overall, I mean, outside out of the top tier quarterbacks, he's got the worst hand he's dealt as far as talent around him. You know what I'm saying? We can talk about all these other quarterbacks they have. I mean, outside of Derek Carr too, they have, but at least Derek Carr got Waller. But you look at Lamar, who does he really have? I mean, we could say Andrews, but come on.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is a top tier tight end, but like his number one wide receiver is Hollywood Brown, who's never really developed into that kind of guy. Sammy Watkins is his number 2 receiver this year, who's Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, is he even on the field? Like sometimes I don't even know he's on the field.
He disappears for long stretches. He's done that for years in Kansas City. Hit Rashad Bateman, who they drafted, has spent a lot of time injured, so he hasn't been able to get into the offense. I thought I saw something. He was only on the field for like 42% of snaps last week, so he's trying to play catch up. The receiving options aren't great. The running backs, everyone got hurt, so they're making do with 2014 Pro Bowl roster at running back, and a lot of it's just on his shoulders.
Is there any other QB that somebody wants to make a strong case for? They feel passionate about in the AFC?
I think that's about it right there.
Okay, so are we good with Lamar as our second choice, and then we can figure out number 3? All right, so Herbert, Lamar, and then amongst the remaining, Josh Allen, Derek Carr, Burrow, Wentz.
That'd be Josh Allen.
I feel for the same argument of Lamar Jackson, is he is their offense. They've done a good job this year of not hyper targeting Stephon Diggs and spreading it out. I think he's taken another step. He's always a running threat. They have no running game whatsoever, and they're still one of the highest powered offenses in the NFL. So I would feel most passionate about Josh Allen.
I'm not sure if Allen's taken another step this year, but the complete lack of a running game and the fact that they didn't even try to really address it in the offseason was baffling. And I do think that that's really what's holding back that offense right now.
Yep. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't target any running back at the deadline. But
yeah,
who knows? Okay. So Herbert, Lamar, Allen, AFC. Everybody go with that?
Good with that.
All right. So NFC, Mo, if you want to nominate someone.
I ain't even want to say Tom Brady because I know all of us can kind of go there and kind of say that. So let's not go there. I'm gonna go. Honestly, I know people want to laugh at this, and I know their record is under 500 or right under 500. But I'm gonna say Kirk Cousins because if you look at it, just looking at it right now, he got 25 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and that defense is just terrible. Like for that man, Mike Zimmer being their coach, that defense is just god awful. Like and for them to stay above 500 and him to be 25 touchdowns, 3 picks, I think he's deserving to be in. Even with the team's success, I think just having those numbers when you have a terrible defense. So basically you're being asked to keep them afloat just to try to even stay 500 or be at 500. So I think he's deserving.
Okay. He wasn't on my list, but I could see an argument. Craig, Corey, what do you guys' thoughts on Kirk?
I had him as maybe my 4th. I got 3. Obviously, the 2 obvious ones for me are Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. You can kind of argue that third one with a bunch of quarterbacks, I guess. Probably like 3 or 4 of them. But Kirk Cousins, I think he's having probably his best year. His stats are crazy, but yeah, the team's record is 5-7, and he's doing whatever he can to keep that team in playoff contention. But I mean, I just see, to me, Matt Stafford has better numbers than him. He has way more interceptions, obviously, but he had Cam Akers not hurt or not playing this year, and had to rely on Henderson. They also lost Malcolm Brown to I think he went to Miami, and he's pretty much his only receiver that he's been throwing the ball to for the most part is Cooper Kupp, and the Rams defense isn't the same defense that it was last year, so he's kind of having to pick up their slack as well. And like 30 touchdowns, 9 picks, 3,500 yards, like I can't leave him off. To me, it was between him and Kyler Murray, but Kyler Murray missed 3 games, so that kind of swayed me more towards Matt Stafford.
Yeah, I had Stafford on my list too.
Yep. Yeah, I had Stafford, Rodgers, and then it was a debate between Brady and Murray for me.
Mo, who did you have as your 3?
I had Stafford. I had what did I just say? I had Kirk Cousins. I had Cousins at my 3rd because of course we're going to say Brady and Rodgers. So I had Cousins at my 3rd, but I'm cool with the argument either way of Stafford or Cousins. I was just going with Cousins because of just how bad that defense is, and for him to be putting up those numbers. And even though he does have Dalvin Cook, but it's just when he has to pass because there's so much either behind or so much in the shootout where they got a match because the defense is so bad. And him to put up those numbers, I think it just should be rewarded. We know they might not make the playoffs. They're probably not going to make the playoffs, but I think he should be rewarded with a Pro Bowl.
Well, once like Brady or Rodgers make Super Bowl, or even if Stafford makes it, you can replace one of those guys with Kirk Cousins eventually.
Yeah, that's
but I mean,
okay, guys, I'm back.
James, we were still live on YouTube, so we were just rolling through it.
Of course. And I heard y'all on quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So QB AFC, we came to the agreement of Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen.
I had Josh Allen. Okay.
And then NFC, Brady and Rodgers, and then the third seems to be a mix of Kirk Cousins, Matt Stafford.
Not
I think
Kyle
Matt
Murray?
Stafford. Most of us had.
No Kyle Murray.
Missed games.
Okay.
But,
I'm just saying, hey, you right? He missed what, like 3, 4? Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
He's been dynamic. Do you want to make a pitch for Kyler Murray, James?
The only thing is, I didn't think that he missed games, but he's playing stellar right now. I mean, I don't think they would have that winning record without him. But you're right, he has missed injuries, and Matthew Stafford has been there, and he's been healthy. So, and then you can look at Matthew Stafford numbers, especially as he stat padded against the Jacksonville Jaguars. He should.
That happened. Tom Brady stat padded against the Atlanta Falcons. He threw 9 touchdowns against that Falcons team.
He just definitely did.
Did he throw 4 more the second time he played him?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
yes, he kills him.
So if Rodgers owns the Bears, does Brady own the Falcons?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Especially after 20.
At least the lease.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. What we doing? Running backs?
Yep.
All right, go ahead, Joe. Who you got? Well, we know the obvious one.
Yeah, I mean, can we all just write in JT and move on?
Yeah, just move on.
Agreed.
Yep.
So the other one I had, Joe Mixon.
Yep.
He's been outstanding this year.
I agree with that one.
He finally hit the breakout that everybody's been waiting for the last couple of years. Just an absolute workhorse for Cincinnati, both in the running game and passing game. He's been fantastic.
Yep. I agree. Who's the third one?
It would be Derrick Henry without the injury. This would be a short conversation if Derrick Henry was healthy, but because he's hurt, this extends the conversation.
I would argue it should still be Derrick Henry.
That's my vote.
I was thinking about that. I mean, he's still second.
Right.
I think he's third in rushing now.
He's third in rushing now.
And
Third in
Mixon
rushing yards, 8
just
touchdowns.
barely passed him.
Joe Mixon only has him by 41 yards.
That's crazy. And then he's been out since
A month.
a month. 4 games. Wow. So yeah, I agree with that. Anybody opposed to having Derrick Henry on there?
They only take 2 backs.
I got 2 backs.
3 backs.
Mixon.
Yeah. Who do you have, Corey? You agree with Derrick Henry?
Yeah, I had Henry, Mixon, Taylor.
Craig, who you got? Do you agree with Henry?
I don't have a problem with Henry, but I had Taylor, Mixon, Harris.
Oh, Harris from New England?
Harris from
Najee.
No,
Najee Harris from Pittsburgh. Yeah, that's a good one. He's
he doesn't have a good high percentage of yards per carry, like 3.6, but he catches passes. He's like the only player on that team that can run, and he's better than what they had last year. I mean, he's kind of keeping the Steelers in contention. So.
100%. The Steelers would not be where they are without him.
No.
It was between him and Chubb.
That's what I had. I had Chubb.
But I just picked Chubb. I took Chubb out because he missed not so many, but he missed
a couple of games.
So I took him off. But yeah.
Yeah, I can see. I had Chubb on mine.
He has 57 catches. So.
Yeah, I'm not mad with Najee or Chubb. I had Henry, but
I don't have a problem with Henry either.
Yeah. I just thought he was injured. I was like, you know what? Let me, even though he's still third in rushing, which is crazy. I was like, Yeah. So I had Nick Chubb or Najee Harris. So
for that third slot, everybody say a name. Henry.
Yeah.
Henry's cool.
I'll go Henry. Yeah.
Cool. NFC.
This one is it. This one, oh man.
All right, I'm gonna go. Hey, I'm not doing
this.
It's interesting. I'm not doing this as a homer. I'm gonna say Gibson. He tops in the NFC in rushing yards.
I agree with Gibson.
Any objection to Gibson? No.
Nope.
Any objection to Dalvin Cook?
Nope.
No. Oh,
Craig?
I ain't gonna lie. He was like Corey. He was a hard choice for me. I'm not even gonna lie. He was a hard choice.
Really?
I just don't have him because he's been hurt. I don't know. I just don't have him. I don't have him.
Fournette been catching steam lately. His last couple games, Fournette's been real dominant.
I had Fournette. He's leading the league in
touchdowns,
catches. I'm talking about catches for a running back.
Oh,
he doesn't have a lot of yards,
right?
But he catches a lot of passes. He has 665 yards, 7 touchdowns. He has more yards per carry than Gibson and the other person I had on my list. Or he's tied with them, I guess. But I had Fournette. I don't have a problem with Dalvin Cook though. He was fourth. He was right there behind him.
2 names I was looking at that nobody's mentioned yet. I didn't know what position to put him under, but Cordero Patterson's been incredible this year. I had him under running back, but I don't know if you guys want to call him a wide receiver.
Yeah,
he's playing a running back, so I think he would fall in the running back category.
I wouldn't have a problem with him in either. Like if they put him in as either, I wouldn't have an issue with it. Like the numbers he's putting up, it's like the way they use him is just it's crazy. Like he's getting the ball, he's getting the rock, and they're just finding ways. He's been really good this year. Like I think I got to apologize. Shout out to Atlanta Falcons. I was wrong. I think y'all surpassed the win total that I gave y'all already. I didn't think they was gonna win.
What they have 5?
They have 5 wins. I think
that's all they're gonna get.
Yeah,
they might get a win.
They might get y'all one more.
They're gonna get one more this week.
Who they play? Carolina.
Yeah.
They gonna beat Carolina. Gonna beat them, Craig. Golly.
Craig said they gonna get one more this week.
Craig, they gonna beat. Come on, man. Goodness. Does anybody have anybody else at running back?
I actually got Zeke.
I had Zeke too. I did. I had Zeke, surprisingly.
I did not.
I didn't think his numbers were that what they are, but they. I mean,
I didn't think like that. Especially
Average,
like the
I guess.
last 3 weeks. I didn't think his numbers was up there like that.
He has been struggling
Yeah.
the last couple of weeks. Yeah.
I think it was more beginning of the season, but still his numbers are up there though.
I think he's hurt or something, and Pollard is out.
Yeah.
gaining
With
a
his
little bit.
injury, he's not the best running back on the roster right now.
Well, as long as he don't pop off against us, because Zeke always gives us a headache. Ever since he
Nah. I don't think so. I think his knee is that wear and tear for the running back position, man.
Yeah.
So we got everybody's.
I had one more.
Okay, who is it, Joe? Who is it?
I think he's more of an honorable mention level, but James Conner.
I
touchdowns.
was really thinking about him as a alternate if he could be, because the year's not over yet. I was really like thinking about James Conner. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah,
been phenomenal.
My three were Cordero, Gibson, and Leonard Fournette.
So we got, I guess. So everybody's good on Gibson, right?
Yeah.
I guess Patterson. Everybody's good with Patterson, right? Hold on. But Eric is okay. So two people picked Leonard Fournette. Does everybody else agree with Leonard Fournette? Yeah. Because you and Joe got him. Corey, do you agree?
I can agree with that.
I can agree with Leonard Fournette. So Mo, you agree with Leonard Fournette?
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can go with that.
So the third, it's up to the third one. Hey, so
I would say Patterson for the third.
Yeah.
He's been unbelievable on a really bad offense, and since Ridley left, there is literally nothing else
get
on
Craig.
that offense.
Go ahead.
I don't know, man. I'm having a hard time putting. I don't know. It's I guess it's between him, Zeke, and Dalvin Cook. But I don't have a problem with it. I guess. Struggling there a little bit, but
All right. So
it's just what the consensus say. I guess whatever y'all agree.
I
with.
guess I wouldn't be mad with Cordero Patterson. He's earned it.
I mean, him between him and Fournette, I wouldn't be upset if either one got in. I wouldn't be like, oh, that's messed up.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we side on that. All right, now we get into the receivers. Show receiver for the AFC.
Jamar Chase.
I agree with that. I agree with Jamar Chase.
I mean, I don't know. Tyreek to me is having kind of a slow year, but he's still top 10 in receiving yards. He's still top 6, top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah, he's top 6.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I had Keenan Allen on there.
Yes, did I?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely Keenan Allen on there. I don't know about this pick, but I got Deontay Johnson on there too, man.
Hey, 3 for 3.
He's been playing good this year, man. I think he deserves it.
Did anybody have objection to Jamar Chase?
I had he started out like fast, right? And then now he's slowing down. I did put him on my list. I think by when the season's end, he'll be okay. He'll be up there in numbers, I think. That's what I think. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, I like Chase okay. He's had an up and down season. I would put Stephon Diggs over him. Stephon Diggs started out a little bit slower, but Diggs has 7 touchdowns, 900 yards, 70 catches. He's been much more consistent than Jamar Chase. He's kind of fallen off a cliff the last month. We'll see if he can recover. And then kind of an honorable mention guy, Jaylen Waddle.
I was looking at him, man.
Broken out in the last month or
I think he's
so.
second in.
He's second in receptions. Yeah, I looked and I was kind of shocked. I was like, wait a minute. Okay,
but he's been catching fire lately since Tua came back. That Alabama connection. So it's been a lot of, and I think their coordinator's done a great job of scheming to get him open.
What about you, Craig? What was it? Jamar Chase?
I had Chase. I do have Chase. I know he doesn't have a lot of catches, but he's fifth in yards, I believe. He has 8 touchdowns. Like I said, he's kind of fizzled out lately, but like he started out hot. I think he still has time. He has 5 games left to catch fire again. He easily get 1,000 yards. He can get 25 more catches. He'll have 80 catches. I'm saying 4 more touchdowns. But, so I think he's in a good spot for me. It's just so many good receivers though.
It is.
So I had to leave up a couple people, but I like Chase.
Yeah, it's a lot of good receivers. So we set on receivers, right? Okay, so Deontay Johnson, nobody has a problem with. Jamar Chase, Keenan Allen, Tyreek Hill didn't get a unanimous.
I had Hill.
I got Hill too. All right, there we go. NFC, we have one name that we don't need to say.
We got 2. I think we got 2 really.
I think we have 2.
I would say 3 that are unquestioned.
3 actually.
3 I got are unquestioned. Let me see if I got them. Cooper Kupp, of course.
Yes.
Yep.
I have Deebo Samuel.
Yep.
And Devontae.
That is my 4th.
And then Justin Jefferson.
I got Justin Jefferson.
That mean
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
And Devontae Adams. Yeah.
3-4 right there. That's your 3-4 right there.
Yeah. Honorable mention is Chris Godwin, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Mike Evans.
Or Mike Evans. Yeah. Receivers are loaded. Receivers are loaded, man. All right. Tight end for the AFC. I think that's pretty easy.
Yeah, Waller if he's healthy. Waller.
I ain't put him on there. Nah, he's not had a good. Not had a good year, man.
And
he hasn't had a good year.
I have on fantasy. Trust me, he has had a good year at all.
James, I cannot begin to describe how glad I am you turned down my Andrews and Edwards-Helaire for Waller trade at the start of the year.
Man. I should have accepted it. And I still probably had the same damn record anyway. I had Kelsey and Mark Andrews. I think those are, yeah. Now the NFC gets
tricky.
It gets tricky, man. I was looking at some names. I was like, that kind of took me a while for the offensive side. It took me a while, but I have. I can put Kyle Pitts there.
It's kind of there myself.
It's kind of. I don't know. It's.
Hey, looking at the wild stat though, I know their record is god awful, but TJ Hawkinson leads the NFC tight ends in receptions.
TJ's a good one. Yep.
Yeah.
TJ's a good one. What about Kittle?
I didn't have him.
I know he's been hurt, but I had Kittle because he has more yards, 5 touchdowns. But I can understand why nobody put him on there because he's hurt.
Yeah, he's been hurt. Who else?
I'm fine with Kittle. I had Gronk though.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Forgot about Gronk. Oh,
he's missed games too.
He's been hurt too. That's why.
That's why I had Dallas Goedert as my number 2 tight end.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think Goddard's been good. He just doesn't have the peak that Gronk or Kittle have.
Yeah.
And I think
he's been more consistent all season though.
He's been consistent. But those NFC tight ends they're pretty tight. It's not. I was surprised. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be easy," and it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. So everybody's good with what did we say? Dallas Goedert. Who do you have, Craig?
Kittle and Hawkinson.
Yeah, I think Hawkinson's probably the lock.
Yeah, Hawkinson's the lock. I think. Oh, Kittle.
I would take Kittle over Gronk.
I would take Kittle over Gronk too.
I would take Kittle over Goddard.
I don't know. Gronk
that's a good one though. Kittle and Goddard. I'd probably take Kittle over Goddard.
I take Kittle over Goddard. I don't know about Gronk. I forgot about him anyway.
But he's missed what 6 games.
Gronk is the better player, Kittle has had a better season.
He's had a better season. If Rocket played all the games,
Unquestionable.
But obviously he's not. But that's tough.
Yeah, Dallas put together a pretty good season, actually.
And that's with splitting time with Zach Ertz for the first chunk of the season.
What about Zach Ertz?
You see the game he had last week? I had him on fantasy. That right there threw me off.
I had him on fantasy too, Craig.
Terrible.
That was terrible.
It was bad, man.
All right. I guess we go for the tackles. This is interesting. For the AFC, anybody got any thoughts?
I think Rashawn Slater from the Chargers has had a really, really good season.
Okay.
And he would be my first pick as a tackle.
Second that.
I'm
I
cool with
second that. I did something weird, so I didn't do anything weird, but I was comparing like who people voted for versus like Pro Football Focus scores. But you have to be careful with that because somebody can get a high grade and only played in 2 games. So you have to look to see who's the starter. You know. Anybody else got any other tackles? Oh, people voted for Orlando Brown, Kansas City, but I didn't vote for him. I wouldn't vote for him. I don't think he's having a good year, but that's just me. You said what, Kurt?
Struggled in the transition to KC.
I said I seen a lot of people had Orlando Brown, but I didn't have him.
Yeah, I didn't have him. I think he struggled.
Yeah. I think he could make it on name, but
I was surprised.
Jules has had a pretty good year.
Who?
That's NFC though. Don't mind me.
I had Deion Dawkins from Buffalo.
Oh yeah, I had Jesse Davis from Miami. He's had a pretty good year. And hold on, this guy from. Yeah, he's had a pretty good year. I mean, the AFC tackles are. I mean, it was difficult. It's a lot of good tackles, and then I guess you do one right, one left, right? So,
whatever.
I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I just took 2. I just don't agree with Orlando Brown. The NFC, I think that's pretty easy. I think.
Man, now, I don't know if he'd be a top go getter. And I'm still salty and miss him dearly. But Trent Williams,
yeah, he's been playing great this year. He's on mine.
Yep.
Trent Williams has been a dog since
he's on mine. Yeah, I have Tyron Smith.
That's what I have too.
Did you have Craig?
A good
Tyron
pick.
Smith?
I had both of those.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Y'all have Armstead from New Orleans.
He was up there too. A lot of people voted for him, and he had a good Pro Football Focus score too. I wouldn't be surprised if he made it.
My other tackle was Andrew Whitworth with the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah.
I believe he was
top
10 in both run and pass block win rate.
Oh, good money.
Yeah, that's a great pick. I wouldn't be mad at any of those any of the names we said. I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be shocked, right? I'd be like, okay, you know. I'm gonna wait for Joe to get back. Well, we could do guards. I don't think
we can do it.
I think he's really okay. I don't think he'll be like, I missed the guards.
I want the free square. Quentin Nelson.
Quentin Nelson has not had his best season, but I think Quentin Nelson at 80% is better than most of the guards in football still.
Yeah. I picked Joe Bitonio from Cleveland. Bitonio, yeah.
I've seen a lot of people voted for him too. I've seen a lot of
he's really has a good Pro Football Focus score too. I think he's solidified. Probably Quentin Nelson and him, I wouldn't be mad at. Craig, you picked anybody?
I picked him too.
Yeah.
I picked. I was just looking at Pro Football Focus.
Yeah, me too, man. I didn't know. I had to go.
I don't know these people, man. I couldn't find no pancakes. I couldn't find no sack, at least Mama Sacks giving up. I couldn't find nothing. Yeah, I was looking all day.
I was like, man,
Wyatt
you know what? Let me go to Pro Football Focus. But it's Pro Football Focus. You have to see if they start because some people I would look up and be like, oh, they're not even starting. You sound crazy. They're on IR. You say they should go to the Pro Bowl. They've only played in 2 games. Anyway. Guards for the NFC. Oh, who you got?
Let's say for AFC. I thought that Trey Smith has had a really good year.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He is a rookie, but he is also top 10 in both run and pass block win percentage.
Okay. Hey, he could be on there. I'm not mad at that. Okay, guards for the NFC.
Zach Martin.
I got Zach Martin. I got Zach Martin too. And does anybody have anybody else?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I went with Justin Pugh in Arizona.
Yeah. I either picked him or Max Garcia. I think they're both good for Arizona. They're both good guards. Anybody had anybody else?
I had Brandon Scherf, but you guys not suggesting it makes me think I might be off there.
No.
Washington Homer.
No. He's playing good this year. He's playing good. I wouldn't be surprised if he made it. I wouldn't be surprised. For the AFC, we only picked one center. Any names for the AFC?
I hate it, but Creed Humphrey, the rookie,
Creed Humphrey
has stepped in, outstanding center for the Chiefs.
I have had him.
He's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Again, a rookie.
Killing me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The Chiefs spent all of this money on offensive linemen and free agency, and then they have 2 rookies starting that are playing better than any of them.
Yes. They are, man. If for the NFC, who do I have?
I went Jason Kelce.
That's what I went.
Kelce.
I went Jason Kelce. Yep.
Didn't overthink it.
Nope. All right, now it gets fun because we're at defense now. This is gonna be fun. Defensive end. I know everybody picked one name. I don't have to really say. Myles Garrett.
Yes.
Right. Then it gets very interesting.
There's another free spot. TJ Watt.
Yeah, I put him an outside linebacker though.
Yeah.
He's probably
I just did an edge.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
See, that's how the NFL should do it, but they didn't, because I went to the Pro Bowl ballot to look up how they listed it, because you would think in this day and age that they would understand that you have linemen and you have edge guys, and the linebacker, like, it's not all the same thing. You can't use that terminology anymore.
Yeah, so, it's not outside linebacker. It's an edge. Right, it's edge, right?
So what they labeling Judon as? Because I think Judon definitely deserves
outside linebacker.
Oh, okay.
He's an edge defender, like Joe is saying. Yeah. I agree with that. Like, they're edge, they rush the quarterback. He's not like an outside linebacker like Shaq Thompson, right? Or
like you should have linebackers, defensive linemen, and edge. Those should be the categories you're voting.
Yeah. I totally agree. Who else is on?
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, exactly. I had Trey Hickerson on here for the AFC.
Yes, I did. Yeah. I didn't realize how good a year he was having until I looked it up.
It's like, what?
It's been a very quiet year in Cincinnati.
Craig, who do you have for defensive end?
I have Garrett, Hendrickson, and Hubbard. Like the third one, I don't know. I just seen he was leading. He had 52 tackles. He had 7.5 sacks. But other than the first two, or to me were the two obvious ones. Third one, I just was like, okay, I got to.
I put Max Crosby.
Yeah, Max Crosby's having a good year.
He was on my
Really good
list.
year, man.
So is Ngakoue.
Yeah, I went with Ngakoue, but
Ngakoue's having a
him
good
and Crosby
year too.
both are.
Yeah, they're having a really good year, man. NFC defensive
Ends.
ends and linemen.
Bosa.
Yes.
Add Bosa. It gets interesting after this, though.
I feel like Brian
Bosa
Burns
definitely
has had a
is.
really good year.
He has.
The third one was where
The third one is weird. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you.
I went Davenport.
It's so many people hurt.
Davenport's good. I went Jordan Phillips
Cam Jordan.
on the Cam Jordan. I put Jordan Phillips on the Cardinal. I think he plays on the Cardinals.
I couldn't even really say my boy before he got hurt because he was having a kind of a down year.
Who?
Chase was having a down year before he got hurt.
He was having a down year. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of people that are hurt for
They're
that.
playing better now that you.
Yeah,
They are playing better.
yeah.
Sweat was supposed to come back, but he caught COVID, so he won't be back this week. That kind of hurt me. Do it.
So who we at now? All right, then we can go. Yeah, we can go defensive tackles.
Oh man, that's gonna be easy right here.
Yeah.
What's that?
So I have
Go ahead,
DeForest Buckner
Okay,
and Simmons in Tennessee.
I got Simmons. Yeah, Craig.
I
you-
have
who
Chris
do you have?
Jones.
Chris Jones. Yeah, I had Cam Hayward.
I have Cam Hayward and Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah, Hayward's been pretty balling this year.
I would say DeForest Buckner has been fighting a lot of triple teams this year.
Yeah,
As the rushers outside of him have struggled, especially in the early part of the season.
mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he's still up to 5.5 sacks this year.
That was a great pickup, man.
Well worth a first round pick.
That was a great pick. And look, we'll talk about that's another topic. How Carson Wentz is a great. There are no quarterbacks in there. Anyway, that's another topic for another day.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah. All right. I agree.
So tackles for the NFC.
Yep. Tackles for the NFC.
I mean, Aaron Donald, everybody, right?
I mean,
Yeah. Then I got Jonathan Allen from the Washington football team.
He's played well.
It's been playing good, man.
Especially with both DNs out, him and Payne is definitely
Craig.
stepped the game up.
Yeah.
I got Hargrave.
Hargrave.
Hargrave was
too.
it was between them. I like that one.
Allen has been the one carrying the line in Washington though this year.
Yeah. All right. Outside linebacker, AFC. We all know. So
the
we
first
have
two
two. Your first two are done. That's what I
Yes.
think. TJ Watt and Matt Judon, right?
Yes.
All right. What about the third one?
I went ahead and went with Harold Landry. Like
That's
he's
what I
got the
picked.
stats.
That's what I picked. I
Having
picked
watched the
Orlando.
Titans some, he's been a bit inconsistent, but
Mhm.
I again another guy that I didn't realize how good an overall season he's had until I looked up his numbers.
That's what I have too. Exactly what I have. Anybody have anybody? Oh yeah, I got Harold Landry. He's gonna go. NFC. I think this is across the board. I picked Micah Parsons, outside linebacker.
Yeah, if they label him that, yeah. You can label him anything, really.
They labeled an inside linebacker.
It's
but either
inside
way,
linebacker.
Oh, he's an inside linebacker. He rushes the passer so much.
Well, so they started him as an inside backer, but then when they had all of their injuries, they moved him to edge,
Yeah,
and then he exploded. And
I
I
think-
don't see how Dallas can move him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Even with everybody coming back, it's like how do you change that? Like
he would be a perfect edge defender. With Joe. Perfect, like a Von Miller, Matt Judon. He would thrive in that role.
He's
man.
going to terrorize.
Yeah.
Decade. Well, at least a decade.
Yeah. It was a great pick, man. Anybody have anybody else?
I had Robert Quinn.
Surprisingly, I looked up his stats. He's playing great this year, man.
And that's been with Khalil Mack out.
Yes.
Month.
He's playing great. I can agree with that. What about you, Greg?
I got Hassan Reddick.
I got Hassan Reddick too. I got Hassan Reddick, man.
He has massively outperformed that 1 year deal.
Yeah, he has. Yeah. He's gonna have to.
He's
pay
about
him.
to get paid.
Yep. Somebody's about to pay him. I don't know who, but somebody's gonna pay. Somebody's gonna pay him. He's worth it. I mean, he's done it.
He's done it back-to-back years now.
Back-to-back years. He's found his niche. You know where to put him. Put him on the edge. Let him go to work. All right. So that's good for outside linebackers, right? Did we get them all?
Yeah, I believe so.
Quinn, Reddick, Parsons is a.
Anybody disagree with that?
Well, now it messes up my next one because I had Parsons as an inside.
I mean, well, yeah. I guess he is an inside linebacker.
Well, is he anymore? Or are they going to put him back at inside after?
Nah, I can't.
Well, on the Pro Bowl list, he was listed on that website.
Is it inside?
Okay.
Oh, he's got
I mean, if he wasn't, I was going to pick somebody else.
This is why they need to determine edge versus outside linebacker. All right. We did that AFC. Oh, inside linebacker for the AFC.
I assume everybody's on board with Darius Leonard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I picked Denzel Perry, man.
I'm mad at that one.
I ain't mad at that one either.
Yeah.
He's third in the league in tackles. He's third in the league in tackles.
I had him third.
Okay.
Bruiser Hill, inside backer in Houston. Having been subjected to the Texans twice just because they're division opponents.
Mm-hmm.
They're a pitiful team, but that dude is all over the field. He looks really good.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's buried on a bad team. He's probably not getting voted in, but he's a guy to look out for.
Cool, man. Is everybody good with those two? I guess I don't mind that.
Yeah.
All right. Inside linebacker for the NFC.
Bobby Wagner.
Yep.
Yeah, I picked Bobby Wagner.
It's interesting. I'm looking at this thing now on NFL.com, man. It's crazy to think how bad of a season Seattle's having, and Seattle has two of the top 4 tacklers.
Because their defense is trash.
Yeah, like that's
sorry. Did I say that?
Yeah, overall. I ain't mad.
They're getting a lot of tackles. What about you, Joe?
It depends on where we want to put Parsons, him, but the other one I was looking at was Roquan.
Yeah,
Chicago.
I'm not mad at that.
I picked DeAndre Campbell from Green Bay. The city's playing lights out, man. I had to actually look up. I looked up his Pro Football Focus, and I looked up the tackles and what's he doing. They said he's having an amazing year, so I wouldn't be surprised if he made his first Pro Bowl. But we'll see. You know how the Pro Bowl it goes. It's if fans don't know about him, you're not getting voted. Fans don't know about you, you're not gonna get voted. So, all right, this is it. We're at the defensive backs now, but cornerbacks for the AFC.
J.C. Jackson.
I think he's a lock.
Cool. All right, now this drove me crazy. It took me a long time to do this. The defensive backs. Well, not the free safety, the strong safety. Those were easy, but the cornerbacks were a little bit different. I have Jalen Phillips. He was from the Dolphins. He's pretty good.
You can make a case for Patrick Surtain.
You could, but he missed games. He did. He's playing. Is he back yet?
Yeah.
I have Surtain.
He's back, right?
He's back.
Yeah, he's been playing good. He was on my list too. Yeah, I agree with that. Anybody have anybody else?
Kenny Moore.
You know what? I'm not even mad at you, Corey. He's actually he's having a phenomenal season this year.
I would argue he is the best slot corner in the NFL.
Yeah, he's having a phenomenal season, man.
Taking over for Bryce Callahan as best slot corner.
Yeah.
I think Kenny Moore is probably the best tackler on the Colts defense.
I mean, he has 55 tackles, which is insane for a cornerback.
Yeah.
A 5'9" quarterback.
Shout out to him, man. I saw him on the episode of Hard Knocks, too. So,
yeah, and he just got nominated as the team's Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
But Kenny Moore is highly underrated. I'm glad he's getting some attention with the Hard Knocks. But
I like that, yeah.
He needs to finally make a Pro Bowl this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. All right.
I also had Xavier Howard.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on my list. Yeah. Yeah. Which is cool. I like Xavier Howard. He's been playing good. We can go cornerbacks to the NFC.
Yeah.
The two are easy, right? We have two really easy ones. Jalen Ramsey and Tavon Diggs. Does anybody have anybody after that?
If somebody wants to, pronounce his name,
I'm not going to say
Hold on, who?
Monty.
The Lions, yes. I had him. I was like, I didn't know how to pronounce his name. He's playing really good. He's playing really good, man. Anybody have anybody else? Any other corners?
Nah, that might be
it did have Darius Slay.
I like that pick.
Been playing really well for Philly.
He's been playing really well for Philly. He was actually one of the ones I like that. All right. Oh man. Now we have free safeties. Free safety for the AFC.
I feel like for the AFC, this was actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
I got Pryor.
Who?
Oh, Poyer.
Yeah, my bad. I said it wrong.
Poyer. I had Mika Fitzpatrick.
Okay, I can give you that.
Yeah.
And Justin Simmons.
Oh yeah. Justin Simmons is up there. I also had Kevin Byard. I think he's having a good season too.
Yeah, I had Byard and Simmons.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I had.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Free safeties for the NFC.
I got Diggs.
I had Quandre Diggs. Yeah.
Other Diggs.
How y'all feel about X?
Xavier McKinney. I have him too. That was pretty easy. I have him too. That's cool. All right.
I would say an honorable mention there.
Yeah.
Antoine Winfield in Tampa.
Yes. Well, I have him at strong safety.
Oh, you got him on strong.
Yeah. Okay. I have him at strong safety. I think he's had a great year. So that's cool with me. It's weird how they do their rosters, man. Like, I don't know. Whatever.
Listed as free.
Nah, he's listed strong. I looked up the depth chart. I was like, oh, because I thought he was listed as free too.
I could have swore NFL has him on the ballot listed as a free safety. Maybe I'm crazy.
Why would they have it? I don't know. Maybe they switched his position. Well, he's gonna make it either way.
Should.
For the defense for the AFC, I know who I have. I know who Joe has too. For
strong safety?
Yeah.
I have
Derwin James.
You have Derwin James? Craig, you have Derwin James? Corey, you have Derwin James?
Yep.
Mo, who you have?
I'm cool with that. As long as the safety.
I'm cool with that. I picked Kareem Jackson, though. I think
the safety from Buffalo deserves to get in too, though. I mean,
is that Micah Hyde?
Nah, the other one.
I think that's
Poyer.
Poyer, we already picked Poyer. I think it's Micah Hyde. I think he is. But yeah, I had Kareem Jackson, but he'll probably make it. You know how they do alternates.
Yeah, I don't think Kareem Jackson's a big vote getter, but he's a stud. Tyrann Mathieu, I think, was another one.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's very.
And that's all the AFC West strong safety.
Yeah, it is. It actually is.
Matthew will get in on name, but I would pick Jackson over him this year.
Mm-hmm. He would definitely get on name. Definitely get on name. Oh man, that was an easy wrap up.
You do strong safeties for the NFC?
Yeah, that was. I had Anton Winfield. Did anybody have anybody else?
Buda Baker.
Buda Baker's up there too. That was like my second pick.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do kickers.
Nah, I'm not doing no kickers, no special teamers. I mean, a return specialist. I mean, that could be.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you can pick return specialist, I guess, but I'm not doing a kicker. No disrespect, but it's easy. It's gonna be like
Justin Tucker.
Justin Tucker.
I'm picking Nick Folk.
And Nick Crosby. Or Crosby. It's gonna be somebody that's, the kickers are easy. Kickers need love too. I got y'all kickers, but y'all are easy.
Brand.
Yeah. But I mean, like it's they're more so black and like white, cut and dry. Like it's no like, oh, which kicker? It's like the top 10 in the NFL, and then it's everybody else.
Well, I mean, in the AFC, until Justin Tucker retires, like it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. He's gonna be there. In the NFC, of course, you got like Max Crosby. You got just people that are, good kickers, man. That's how it's gonna be, and they're hard to find, which is when you find a good one, keep them.
Yeah.
We could have gone really wonky and voted for long snappers.
I was looking at that. I was like, what? I would have just picked last year's. I don't even know. Do I know my own team's long snapper?
I know I was looking at DraftKings. Our return specialist, Carter, is up there for getting high votes for return specialists.
He is.
Don't know your long snapper, James?
I don't know my long snapper.
You call yourself a fan.
Joe, do you know your long snapper?
No.
Listen,
Craig, do you know the long snapper? No. I used to.
Luke Rhodes. 46. The dude is jacked.
I used to know. I'm about to look it up right now.
Sure don't.
I used to know it, but he retired. He was there for like 20 years or something like that. They don't really they don't go anywhere. They stay on the team for a long time. So. Oh man, we're still live. Anyway. You know what? We could talk about Ben Roethlisberger, man. How about that? Let's throw that in there.
What, he needs to retire?
This is what he said. He said that when it says an inside source, he says that he doesn't know if he's not playing in Pittsburgh, he's basically playing in somewhere else. So I think him and Pittsburgh are going to part ways. I just don't know where he's going to play. I don't know. I think he should take the Eli route, stay with Pittsburgh. They're going to draft a quarterback and then retire. Because I just don't think he has the arm strength anymore. And I don't see where he fits. I don't see what team is going to ask him.
I wouldn't draft a quarterback.
At Pittsburgh?
I don't think because then they'd be basically starting over. I don't think they have a team. I think their team is good enough to
get a free agent,
make a playoff. Yeah, to get a solid quarterback free agency. I know he's not on his list, but what's the dude from Russell Wilson?
I think they'll be in on Aaron Rodgers. They'll be in on, I think, Russ.
I think a better quarterback.
Yeah, they do.
I don't. I think it's at worst a lateral move if they brought in like Ryan Fitzpatrick at this point.
Is Kirk Cousins' contract up in Minnesota?
I think he might be on the last year, and I mean, I think it'd be a perfect time for him to roll, though. I mean, you hot with that, with the numbers you got. Your coach, you're gonna be getting a new coach because your coach won't be there next year. So I mean, it'd be a good time for him to just go ahead and start fresh all the way across the board.
I mean, I think
no, Cousins has one more year.
One more year. So yeah, I don't know who would Pittsburgh, but I could see them not drafting a quarterback. And
there's no quarterback really to draft.
But it's not, and they're going to pick.
They're not in the first round.
And they're going to pick probably. I mean, they're not going to be in the top 10.
No,
even though they said, I read an article that said this quarterback draft is like 2013.
Sheesh.
And I had to look and see what quarterbacks were drafted.
Gino, right?
Yep, Gino was drafted in the second round, and EJ Emanuel was drafted to the Buffalo Bills. Pick 16.
The only first round person.
That was the only first round quarterback.
Yeah.
Only first round quarterback. I was like, wow. And I don't think none of them were starters. There was no like magical fourth round quarterback that became a starter.
Lord have mercy.
That's what they said this draft is going to be like.
Yeah, it is.
Surprise me.
You get the one that you always get the one they're gonna overhype. When I'm gonna get to a pro day and just wow you. You gonna be like,
I don't know, Mo, because we would have heard about it. We usually hear about it around this time. We keep hearing the same thing.
Hey, you forgot also quarterbacks that got drafted: Mike Glennon, and Matt Barkley.
Yeah,
mercy.
And Mike Glennon is he in Chicago? Is he still
New
in
York?
Chicago?
He just started for the Giants.
Oh, as a backup, right?
Yep. He started in place of Daniel Jones.
Lord have mercy.
So I mean, they could. But what quarterback?
Matt Barkley's the best of that class.
Yeah, I looked it up. I was like, what? Now I think they're getting comparisons to that draft class at this point in time. I think it's. I don't know. I don't think we might see a first. We might get one or two in the first round, but it's not
You're
going to
definitely getting the first round quarterback.
Matt Corral's going round one.
Kenny Pickett is first round quarterback.
Yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, we'll probably get two, maybe three,
Willis,
but it's not going to be like
first round on talent.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be like last year where it was
Matt Corral from Ole Miss. I think it's first round.
Yeah, he'll probably
go
be the
top
first
15.
Yeah, he'll probably be the first quarterback taken.
He should be, because he's the most ready. Is it Willis from Liberty? Has a lot of talent, but he's probably going to need to sit at least.
He needs to sit a year. I think. I like him, but he needs to sit a year.
Because you want to see
Pittsburgh does have Dwayne Haskins waiting in the wings, though.
Hey, listen.
Why? The thing is, I don't know what they're doing with him because he should have started. He's not starting over Mason Rudolph, and that's a big statement to me. That's a huge statement.
You're putting literal trash on the field instead of a young quarterback. Like, it doesn't bode well for you.
It doesn't. I would have tried out Haskins just to see.
It couldn't be worse.
It could not be worse than Mason Rudolph.
Hey, but I'll say this though. I will say this. If Pittsburgh finds some way to slip into the playoffs, knowing that this could be Ben's last thing, I think they'll be a dangerous team because there'll be that motivation factor of wanting to send them out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
they'll lose in the first round. They'll lose in the first round like they did last year.
I'm saying they'll be dangerous. I'm not saying they'll go to the AFC Championship game or win the Super Bowl, but I'm saying they'll be very dangerous if they get in, I think. Because
I would put money on them. I would put money on them against the spread. They're going to get blown out.
I get you. I'm just saying they're gonna be a tough out. If they slide in, they're gonna be a tough out. I wouldn't want to play them as a 4 seed or 3 seed. I wouldn't want to play.
I wouldn't be afraid to.
No, the team that teams don't want to play are the Colts.
That's
telling you right now.
Colts are scary.
I don't know if anyone wants to play the Chiefs.
Nah,
not if Mahomes is right.
Yeah,
that defense is good.
That offense will pick up eventually. That offense can't stay like that the rest of the season. They go catch stride again eventually.
Yeah, and then
they should catch stride this week.
I ain't scared of the Tennessee. Nobody's scared of Tennessee. I'm just not scared of Tennessee. I'm sorry.
Hell no.
Nah.
Derrick Henry on that field. I'm not scared of you. I'm sorry.
You know who else I'm not scared of? I'm not scared of the Patriots. I'm not.
Huh? Sure. Why? You're not?
You should be.
I'm not.
You should be.
Mac Jones. Mac Jones. Did you
Just
how
because
many
you
times
haven't
did he
had
pass
any
the ball?
matchups against Bill Belichick to have to worry about, that's what this is a result of. You haven't had to have playoff games against Bill Belichick.
I'm not being
you NFC fan.
I'm being real when I say this. I'm way more scared of the Patriots right now in a playoff game than I am Baltimore.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like,
I'll give you that. I'm just not. I don't know, man. I think when you get, he's just gonna run the ball. That's what he's gonna do.
You can't stop the run then. You pass the ball.
That's crazy, man.
Like Buffalo,
he passed the ball 3 times. That is so crazy.
Buffalo's not a sorry defense, and they ran for over 200 yards against them. And Buffalo's not no slouch defensively.
You can't stack.
I just don't think that's it's gonna sustain in the playoffs. That's all. I just don't think.
You gotta have a good running game. Running game and defense.
That formula got the Patriots their first 3 Super Bowls.
It did.
Run the ball.
It did because
play
Tom
good
Brady
defense,
didn't.
and don't have the quarterback screw it up for you.
Yeah, because Tom Brady didn't really pass.
That team
look at all the teams in the AFC game. Outside the Colts, all the teams in the AFC are outdoors. So it's going to be cold. It's going to be outdoors. They're going to run the football. Like,
you think the Patriots get the first seed?
I got to look at the rest of the season. I think they can, but
this is a big game next week.
Yeah, it's a big game. It's playoff time for real. These games Patriots, are now must win.
Big game for both teams, actually.
Yep.
Who plays on? Let me look at the schedule.
Colts and the Patriots next week. Not this week. Coming next week.
Who is it?
Next week.
Like they're both on the 5. If Steelers trying to get any hope of making the playoffs, they can't lose to the Vikings tomorrow.
Steelers got a tough. Yeah. I don't know, man. They got it.
Kansas City's my new favorite second team because every team they play the rest of the way is competing with the Colts for a playoff spot. So if the Chiefs could just win out, that would be fantastic for me.
They might actually.
I believe they get the Broncos twice.
Yep.
One more time.
Yeah. And then they get Steelers, Chargers, Raiders.
Mm-hmm. I think they'll be able to. They could win out.
Are y'all scared of the Chargers if they get in? Or y'all think Chargers is a dangerous team?
Not this year, no.
No.
The Chargers are always going to charge her until they prove otherwise.
Always going short the tough games and the close ones.
I was going to chalk it up to just Justin Herbert being a young quarterback and needing to get that experience first. But to Joe's point, yes, the Chargers franchise is seemingly cursed. Yeah. Hence why Phillip Rivers does not have a ring.
Which I don't know why they're cursed.
I swear I thought they was gonna win it that 14-2 year. That year with LaDavian and Gates, I just for sure thought
they picked off Tom Brady with a game-ending interception, and then the quarterback fumbled it instead of just going to the ground and ending the ball game. Yeah.
Buffalo might not make the playoff.
They might not.
Legitimate chance.
They might not.
I don't think they're going to make the playoff.
Because they got who they have. They have Tampa, right?
Yep.
At Tampa, at New England. I don't think they're going to beat one of those teams. And they'll finish 10-7. And they'll be tied with the Colts. Well, the Colts finished 10-7.
Yeah.
And the Colts already on the tiebreaker.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be tough. Yeah. Yep. That'd be so tough to go from the AFC Championship to not even in the playoffs. That's a tough. They're gonna
need the Bengals to start losing some games because
they gotta start running. No, they don't run the ball.
That loss to the Jaguars hurt.
Yeah.
And the loss to the Titans hurt.
Yeah. They should have won both games.
And then they lost to the Colts at home. They got destroyed. So
it's gonna be some big games. I'm looking forward to this Colts Patriots.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And that's on a Saturday. It's some big games coming out, man.
That's right after. Yeah, we're gonna see Spider-Man. Then I come home and watch the game.
Yep. Yeah. It's my brother's. It's my brother's birthday. So he probably his birthday is December 17th. So we'll probably go to dinner and then go. He's gonna want to see that. You know, he's gonna want to see Spider-Man. That's gonna be a big game, Corey.
It's if the Colts have to win that game. It will be a must-win game for them.
Because if they win that, then they're in, I think.
Just about. They have the Patriots, they have the Raiders. They have to win both of those games to get in. Both of them are in Indianapolis, though.
That Patriots game, that's going to be a big game, man.
And it'll, I believe, be the first time the Colts see the Patriots since Josh McDaniels backed out of the job.
Which is good for y'all, man.
I think that should be some easy bulletin board material because there's a number of guys still in that locker room that Daniels decided to burn, which, don't get me wrong, I thank him for that because Frank Reich is so much better a coach than him.
Yeah.
But I assume there will be no shortage of replays of Chris Ballard's the rivalry is back on comment walking away from the podium after talking about Josh McDaniels backing out of the job.
Listen, it lucked out because, I mean, none of Belichick's prior coaches are good.
They all suck. The Colts have dodged 2 massive bullets. The year before that, reportedly Jim Irsay was wanting to bring in John Gruden.
Oh, man.
Did not do that. And then Josh McDaniels backed out of the job so we could hire Frank Reich.
And not only did you win by getting Frank Reich, but I could write you an essay on why you don't want Josh McDaniels as your head coach.
Exactly. And look at you know what? A lot of Denver fans say that. They say he was horrible.
He ran the team into the ground in a year and a half.
Say he was horrible. And I heard Shannon Sharp said a lot of stuff was going behind the scenes that he was bad at. Like, just
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Players didn't like him.
Yep.
He ran Brandon Marshall out of town and Jay Cutler in the course of like a year and a half. Drafted Tebow. It was like nosedive.
And everybody told him, like, Tebow's not a first-round quarterback.
Yeah.
It's not. I think Tebow would be a good backup, maybe, but
he's a solid H-back and emergency quarterback.
Yeah.
He really should have been like the original Taysom Hill if used properly.
Yeah, yes, exactly right.
If he would have embraced that role, he would have hung around the NFL for a decade.
Yep.
He was a great athlete.
He's phenomenal.
He would have been your personal protector on the punt team, and you would have been able to run trick plays out of that.
Yep.
He would have been able to, essentially do exactly what Taysom Hill does.
Exactly what Taysom Hill does.
And instead, he went and played baseball.
Yeah.
QB1.
Yep. Dang, so he ran out Jay Cutler, and y'all were playing great. They were playing.
Yeah, we were pretty good.
Didn't they make the Pro Bowl? Didn't Brandon Marshall make the Pro Bowl?
Oh, yeah, Brandon Marshall's amazing.
Yes.
I love him as a receiver, man.
The only thing stopping Brandon Marshall from making the Hall of Fame is that the best quarterback he ever played with was Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't get away from him.
Okay. He couldn't, because then wasn't he in Chicago too?
Yeah, he's in Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah, he was a good receiver. He was a hell of a receiver, man. But man, that's crazy. Any other topics? Let's see.
Redskins or the football team Cowboys. Big game this week.
That's gonna be a big game. Big game. They said the tickets are like crazy. The atmosphere is gonna be crazy.
Washington fans trying to buy their tickets back?
Hey, listen.
It's a big rivalry, man. You know what? I think that I think we're gonna split with the Cowboys. I think we're gonna split. I think we're gonna win this one, and then they'll beat us the next time.
We got it. If we want to make the playoffs, we got to split with them. We have to split with Philly.
I think we're gonna
sweep Philly.
I think we're gonna sweep Philly. I think we're gonna beat the Giants, sweep Philly, and then we're gonna go one with the Cowboys. You don't think so, Craig?
You might get a split with Philly. I don't think.
Nah, I think we're gonna get Philly out of there, man.
I don't think so.
Like Jalen Hurts is so.
All Philly has to do is get the ball to the running backs. It's something they haven't done in years, and they finally did it last week for whatever reason, and it worked. I don't know why they haven't.
No, they've been doing it for a couple weeks.
Nah. Like not like that. Like Sanders gets like 80 yards on 8 carries or something like that, and it's like, why not give him the ball more? It's like it's working. And like you guys just keep doing the same thing. You try to pass the ball and it doesn't work. Like they don't have any receivers besides Devontae. Other than that, I mean, Goddard's decent. He's solid. But other than that, like, there's nobody else. And they don't really get Sanders involved in the passing game like that. They got like 4 running backs on the roster.
Yeah, because
like,
they have Gainwell, Scott. Yeah.
4 young running backs. I think Howard's on
Sanders
the
is
team.
probably their 3rd best skill position player behind Goddard and Devontae, and they just need – you have to find ways to get him the football.
Get him the ball. It's been like this for years. They just don't want to give him the ball. I don't know why.
That's why I think they're inconsistent. And I think the Washington football team is going to take advantage of that.
They kind of wasted 2 years of first-round picks on Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen Reagor.
Oh, Reagor, yeah.
I like Smith, though.
Yeah, I like
Oh, he's fantastic.
But they don't get him the ball either.
Another Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, they don't get him the ball. Like, get him the ball, man. But I just think the Washington football team is playing defense and running the ball. I wasn't on board, and after the bye week, their defense is playing really good, man. I gotta give it to them.
Not on board, boys. This town is so much better when the Redskins are losing or the football team is losing.
Why? Everybody, why?
I hate the Washington football team. I cannot stand them.
Why, man?
I'm in this area. I hate the team. I hate them as almost much as I hate the Saints. I can't stand Washington football team.
Sounds pretty serious.
Because I'm in this area, and I'm constantly and all I listen to is sports talk radio, so that's why.
That's all you're gonna hear.
Hey, Bengals and San Fran is going to be a good one too. I mean, it's an important game for playoffs for both teams.
Yeah.
It's like
Corey, you were right, Corey. The Bengals are inconsistent. I think you said, I think you did say that.
Yeah. So they haven't won more than 2 games in a row this season?
Yeah, they're like up and down. And is that next week?
No, that's this week. That's this week they play San Fran.
That's a big game for both of them. Bills play Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Rams and Cardinals.
Monday night. Yeah. The Rams need that one now. Rams need that one more than the Cardinals do. I mean, the Cardinals want that number 1 seed, so they need it, but the Rams need it for playoff.
Then you got Ravens and the Browns.
Oh.
It's gonna be some good football games, man.
The Browns, I think the Browns are done.
I think so too.
They might be done winning.
You don't think you're gonna lose out? Lord have mercy.
I mean, they got the Ravens, the Raiders, the Packers, the Steelers, and the Bengals.
If they lose their next 2, they need to go ahead and shut down Baker Mayfield. And
they do get healthy, man.
Yeah. And get like 2-month head start on that rehab.
Yeah, it's no point if they're not winning. He needs to take care of himself, get the surgery. He needs to be healthy and just have a fresh start to the offseason. I agree with that.
They just lost in Joseph, maybe.
For real?
He's on the COVID list. I don't know if he's vaccinated or not. I'm not sure.
So, Corey, so the Colts have to win, right? They have to beat the Raiders.
They have to win 3 or 4.
3 or 4. If they win 3, if they lose to the Patriots but win all the other games, the destiny's in your own hands, basically.
It's honestly,
if y'all win out, y'all win. Y'all will go 11-6. Y'all will be in the playoffs if y'all win out. That's a guarantee.
100%. The game they can afford to lose is the Cardinals game Christmas Day because it's the NFC game and
conference.
Whatever. Okay. Out of conference because conference record is the first tiebreaker when it comes to the playoffs. So they can knock off the Patriots, knock off the Raiders. Holy hell! At that point, they should be able to beat the Jaguars last week of the season, and I think 10 wins would be enough to get them in because of holding tiebreakers.
Yeah. And Joe, the Broncos are out.
Yeah, I don't think there's a chance they make it. They needed to beat the Chiefs last week to really have a shot. There's the Lions and Bengals. Bengals is a winnable game, and then they have one more against the rest of their division. So they'll probably take one of those maybe. But I think they end the season with 8 wins probably.
You fire Fangio? It's a big one, man.
What would I, or do I think the Broncos will?
Answer both.
So going into the year, the GM they hired, whose name escapes me right this second, but he was saying the goal was to be competitive in November and December, to play competitive games, which they have. This is the first time, they're at 500 in December. They're playing meaningful games. So to that effort, they consider the season a success. Is that enough to save Fangio's job? I don't know. I think one of the biggest issues he's had is his coordinator choices. Our special teams coordinator, Tom McMahon, survived the head coaching change, and the Broncos have had bottom 5 special teams for the last 5 years. I don't know how he still has a job. And then Pat Shurmur, I don't think is going to be the offensive coordinator of a team that wins the Super Bowl. So I think you have to move on, but with his loyalty of staying with him, I think that gives Fangio an extra short leash. You want to keep his defensive mind on your team, but if his offense can't do anything, I think you got to cut bait and move on. You have a lot of good offensive weapons. I think you want to go with it. Well, ideally, you get Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson picks whatever OC he wants, and you keep Fangio. I think would be perfect. What are the chances that happen? I don't know, 20%. So unless that happens, I think you fire Fangio, get an offensive head coach. But
because that GM, he got hired this year, so he's gonna want his guy.
So how many coaches do we looking at fired though? How many coaches do we think right now could lose their job?
That's a good
George Pitt.
I know at least 2. I know at least 2 for sure, and I'm certain.
Nagy.
I know Zimmer and Nagy.
You think Zimmer?
Yeah, I think it's going to happen.
They just signed to an extension.
But Minnesota has to miss the playoffs for Zimmer to get fired. They're not out of it yet. They're close, but not yet.
They're close.
They better be Pittsburgh tomorrow.
That loss to
Lions hurt
to Detroit.
Yeah, it hurt.
That's the kind of signature loss that can cost you.
And now you got to play Pittsburgh on a short week, who's now maybe catching momentum.
Maybe catching momentum. Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Craig, the Panthers out of the Craig.
Nah, man, nah.
I'm asking everybody, man.
Craig gave up hope weeks ago.
He did. He gave up hope weeks ago.
Well, 3 weeks ago, Craig gave up hope.
He said,
it was longer than that. I think that lost.
He said they lost to the Giants?
The Eagles or the Giants?
Yeah. I think it was the Giants.
He was angry at that. I thought y'all were going to win that one too.
Was that before or after? Which one was first? Whichever one was the second one. That's when I was just like.
I think it was the Giants.
Yeah, it was the Giants. Yeah, that was pretty much it for me. Yeah, because they played the Eagles before that and the Vikings right before that, or right after that, and then they played the Giants. Yeah, and they got beat 25-3 or something. There's no way.
I think the Giants clear house. I think they fired the GM.
Panthers might win 2 more games. I doubt it, but we'll see. Just lose the rest of it. Get a high draft pick. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, they're gonna fire the GM. They're gonna fire Joe Judge, and they're gonna try to get Russell Wilson. But yeah, Joe, to talk about the quarterbacks for Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, so I went quiet there for a minute. I was trying to find his list of quarterbacks. All right, so Brandon Marshall's rookie year, when he got hurt, he played with Jay Plummer, and then he played with Jay Cutler. Then he went to Chad Henne, Matt Moore, back to Jay Cutler, Josh McCown, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Bryce Petty, Geno Smith. And then at the tail end of his career, he went to New York and played with Eli, and then played with Russ in Seattle for a little bit. But
yeah, that's when he was gone, right? That's when he was like, it's time
he was done.
Yeah.
But
that's quite a list of bad quarterbacks.
A lot of bad quarterbacks. That's a lot of bad quarterbacks, man.
A lot of bad quarterbacks.
Dang. And he played phenomenal, man. He went to he was 2 All-Pros, 6 Pro Bowlers.
I think he still holds the record for most catches in a game. He's like 23 or something.
I think so. I think it is 23.
21.
Does it
against the Colts?
But it did, was this when he was at Denver?
Yeah, 2009.
Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. That's when he made a Pro Bowl that year. Yep.
That was a good PPR game.
Yeah, 21 catches, 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Jeez. Somebody in fantasy scored. That's a high score.
It's like 55 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's But let me see what other coaches I think that's gonna get. I think Zach Taylor's safe for Cincinnati. Even if they don't go to the playoffs, I think he's safe.
I mean, he already has 7 wins in year 3. I mean, I think he's safe.
Yeah. Cliff Kingsbury.
Safe.
I was wrong, man. I gotta give it to him. He's phenomenal. He's a good coach, man. There's nothing I can't say anything about that.
But it's weird.
Can't say nothing about it.
Have we seen this before? Like, I'm trying to think. We've seen this before where like somebody struggled on the college level, then got an NFL job, and then was winning double-digit games within their first 2 years there or 3 years there.
I've never seen it.
You got to think he had no more than 7 wins ever at Texas Tech. I don't think he ever won more than 7 games in a season at Texas
Tech. That's what happened when you coach Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, you typically don't see college coaches, period, succeed at the NFL level.
Nope.
I mean,
only a few.
Arguably, the last one was Jimmy Johnson back in the 80s.
Jimmy Johnson. Yep.
So,
that was exactly what I was thinking of, Corey.
Who made that jump? I mean, Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll was at USC.
Pete Carroll was in the NFL before USC.
I got you. Yeah.
He was with the Jets and the Patriots.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Listen.
And nobody. I mean, everybody else has struggled.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Even Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Which I think he could have been. I think he could have been a great NFL. He was only there for what, 1 year?
Yeah.
2.
Was he there for 2?
Long enough to pass on Drew Brees.
Exactly. His medical staff failed him because had they signed Drew Brees instead of Dante Culpepper,
yep.
They
championships.
Very successful.
Yeah. Nick Saban with Drew Brees. Oh man.
Nick Saban still won a handful of games with like Cleo Lemon or something as his quarterback.
No, he was only there for I don't know if he
just
was
1 year.
I don't know because it says 2000. Let me see.
I remember a couple years, boy. People feel like he was cheating playing with him on Madden when they had.
No, it was 2 years. He went 9-7 1 year, and then he went 6-10. Not bad. I mean, we don't know. We don't know what he could have done, but he left, and now he's considered one of the greatest coaches ever. I mean, you got to put him up there, man. Alabama is once again in the playoffs.
Nick Saban had Joey Harrington as his quarterback his second year.
Think if he had Drew Brees, we might be talking about Nick Saban and not Sean Payton.
What does that do with the Patriots having a competent second team in that division?
Oh man. That would have been a good rivalry. I know the Colts and the Patriots were kind of Peyton. It was the Colts and the Patriots were a rivalry, right? That would have been another rivalry. That would have been huge.
Yep.
That would have been huge. And they would have had home field advantage because the Patriots don't play good in Miami. Or Tom Brady don't.
Saban has won 7 national championships in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I think he's one of the greatest coaches ever.
I mean,
hard to argue against it.
Yeah. If you're going to say he's not, then you better have a damn good argument for who's over him.
I mean, the only other person would be Belichick.
He about to get back. What he about to have back-to-back Heisman's now? I think quarterback will win it. I don't think quarterback will win it.
Like Bill Belichick about to get Coach of the Year.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely deserves it. Especially, I think
Deserves it.
whether they go to playoffs or whether they win that division, I think he deserves Coach of the Year for that.
You know what I'm seeing now? I'm seeing people saying it's going to be a Patriots Tampa Bay Super Bowl.
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm there for that chaos.
I'm not going to lie. If that happened, I would be like, it would be interesting if Bill Belichick beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. That would be very interesting.
I would expect that.
It would be a good game. I would watch it, but I don't think they're gonna. I think Green Bay's gonna go.
Hey man, it playoff. I mean, that NFC. I mean, the AFC gonna be strong playoff thing, but the NFC is definitely gonna be very interesting this year. Like the matchups, it's gonna be definitely interesting. Because you only get one bye. You only get the one bye. So now with the other three, because right now I think I was watching Stephen A. and them was talking. He said right now NFC, he said he'll go and they said what they say. He said Cardinals, Packers, and
Bucks
as the top three teams.
Yep. AFC is pretty like clear cut of who's the best teams.
NFC has three clearly like very good teams, and then like a bunch of meh teams, and the AFC has like 12 good teams, but no one's clearly great. They just have four that are terrible.
Yeah.
This is where, but they were saying this is the Cardinals' issue going to be. You stopping the run, and every team that's in that realm of you in the AFC, NFC can run the football very well. You got Tampa with Fournette. You got Green Bay with their combo of Dillon and Jones. You still got Dallas with Zeke and Pollard can run the ball and be physical with you. So I don't know about Arizona. I might take it out of the first round, depending on what they fall, but that second round gonna be a problem for them.
They might pull the Ravens, have home field and lose.
Yeah, it's possible. Especially if you can't stop the run. Especially if you can't stop the run and then you can let this team get going. You might be in trouble.
Yeah, that's the whole thing about.
I mean, I still think that they've got a young quarterback in Kyler. They haven't been on a playoff run before. Depending on the matchup, I could see them opening as home underdogs in a playoff game.
Yep, I can see it.
Hey man, can you imagine that? Can you imagine Roger getting to 3 straight NFC Championship games and not winning?
I think he's gonna win this one.
If he gets there.
I think
the biggest difference being that this is the best defense he's had since the Super Bowl team.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're about to get healthy.
Right. Because what's their best corner ain't been there. Alexander been there for like at least 4 weeks, I think.
They about to get healthy, man. So I'm gonna wait for Joe, and then I think we should wrap this up unless anybody else wants.
Got nothing else.
I'm good. Joe. I was about to wrap this up, man.
I heard.
Oh. Okay. Wireless.
Saban gonna have back-to-back Heisman's. I think Bryce Young we will lose them.
Yeah, yep. Bryce Young be there. But all right, guys, man. Going live was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I don't have to post this. It's interesting. It's just automatically gonna save. Oh, that's cool. So yeah, I guess we'll do next week, Wednesday.
Cool.
So I'm gonna see everybody. Everybody be safe. Thank everybody for watching, man.
Good talking to you guys.
All right, fellas.
All right, good. Nice talking to y'all, man.
All right, fellas.
All right.